How's it going, everybody? I think we're going to, maybe we should probably attach the mic. And let's see how everything goes here. See if we can get this thing, get a little live going in this nasty old garage here. Get a little charging going too at the same time. There we go. On. Got a little bit of action going. Hopefully this is working out for everybody. I think what we're gonna do is get you guys up on the table. Let's see if this works. Yes. My garage is an absolute shit sty, but it is what it is. It's what I got going right now, so we'll see how everything turns out. But there we go. Who do we got going on in here? I'm here. The pigeons are loose, Hoggy. How's it going, Gavin, Ziggy, Daryl? What's happening? Working on a couple of Avros here. See if we can get these guys finished up a little bit today. I just noticed there's a couple of spots in here I still got to sand on a little bit. Dino Girl, oh no. Was good. Yeah, I was actually thinking about setting up a catch box in here today. This is another one I got done here. Just about done. Got to get the insides done. Just a little bit. Get a little bit more cleaning up on it. It's almost ready to go out to its new owner. But let me tell you, this one's going to be hard to let go. It's going to be very hard to let go. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, very, very hard to let go, that one. I got a couple of rough spots still on this guy. I thought we were looking pretty good, but not quite yet. Got a couple of rough spots to sand out, and we should be pretty good to go. I was trying out a new those little Scotch-Brite Dremel bits there. They seem to be working. How you doing, Dino Girl? Go Ducks. What is the time over here? The time is 12:50. Almost 1 o'clock. Who are we? I wish this lives will let you film in landscape. Seems like we miss half the view. Yeah, you know what, dude? You don't want to see the rest of this view in here. I could film in go in landscape, but I actually get much less views when I do that. Unfortunately, it seems like the algorithm puts me into what do you call it, the shorts feed. So when people are getting caught up in that doom scrolling shit there and they're constantly scrolling through, they pick me up more often in that, which is actually good for the views. Unfortunately, I think you miss out on a lot of the stuff that's going on around me. But I do think tomorrow when I do Sunday morning coffee, if it's nice and live from the woods, like I'm planning to do, I'll do landscape. We'll see. If I don't pick anybody up in the feed, well, so what? I don't care. Sunday morning coffee is all about the hang anyway, not about who we can get. Yeah, but it's ATO's old garage here is pretty bad. Pretty bad state of affairs, my friend. I heard in the news that a young tuber named Storm passed away while camping due to a snowfall and rain. Oh no, that's never good. That's never good at all. This time of year, actually, you have to be kind of careful when you're out camping. If it gets really windy or really cold out, and snow falls down, it puts a lot of pressure on the branches. And well, if you're not really prepared for that kind of weather, well, you can definitely freeze. And it doesn't take much to get hypothermia. It really doesn't. But I should see your basement. Yeah, how's it going, Shades? But if you're out in the cold or in wintertime, winter camping, while you're sleeping, you really have to look out for we call them widowmakers. But part of the issue is a lot of times you'll hear some crazy pops and sounds from the trees when it gets really, really below zero. It gets kind of dangerous because a lot of the trees have sap that's moving because it's warm. And then when it drops down at night, it drops down quick, and that sap accumulates in spots. And sometimes you hear the trees explode, pow! And a lot of these spruce trees end up popping. So it's can be dangerous in having large branches and shit landed on you, which is pretty bad. You know, embracing the suck when it's cold out is one thing, but getting brained in the head with a big old tree branch is never a good time. So we're coming along a little bit there. We're just going to get a little bit of a polish going on. I'm going to try a different grit on that. I got a couple of different ones here. See if we can clean that up just a little bit better. And we'll go back to one of these guys and see if we can Dremel some of these guys clean quick. We'll see. They really don't last long though. I don't know what I think about that, but let's see what happens. See if we can get one of these guys cleaned up pretty quick. Whoop. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing what's going on in Canada. Hopefully you can still hear me under this mess. It's probably going to be a little bit muffled. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, some wacky shit's been going on in Canada here. It seems they've passed legislation to take away people's guns. Oh no! going, Andrew? How you doing, brother? Green and black one again. Yes, I can. Have I got any for sale yet? I'm actually working on them right now. I was going to be waiting until the Canada Post strike was over with so I could actually start mailing things at a reasonable price. I don't think I can wait that long anymore. I think it's time to basically just say, fuck it, take the hit and see where things go. Not much choice otherwise. Otherwise, I'm never going to get any of these guys sold. And it's getting a little annoying. I really want to get a couple of these into some people's hands and start seeing some. Hopefully some people will start doing some videos. I think it would be pretty cool. But until then, I'm pretty much screwed. So I think what I'm going to do, is see if I can get a couple of these out, maybe ship them FedEx. And see if that'll be, I guess, reasonably priced. Because I know when I shipped with Canada Post, it was actually pretty decent. With I think this will work. But with UPS and Purelator, the shipping into the United States and abroad has been, I guess, lack of a better word, fucking stupid. And it seems like both sides in this freaking argument are not budging at all. And, well, this may go on long into Christmas. And they probably expect us all to be, all the Canada Post people are expecting us to be very patient and whatnot, and be like, I'm so sorry. I think they think everyone's supporting them, but really, in their fight and in their argument, they're hurting everybody. To make a long story short, they're not making any friends. They're hurting businesses. And the government's more concerned about other countries' wars and their agenda than they are about taking care of Canadians. So here we are in the midst of this freaking disaster right before the holidays, screwing over people and ruining businesses, and people can't even get paid. A lot of people send checks and whatnot. I know a couple of guys that are like that. They receive checks from their clients, and they're not getting paid. So it's a bit of a disaster, to put it lightly. You know what's funny? When I started doing these, making these Avros, the first one that I did, actually I have them, one of my first ones I did, I had in my pocket still. I've been shooting this guy for quite some time. I can do some great shooting with it. I absolutely love it. But I find with the really, really heavily finished ones, it almost seems like they look plasticky to me. I don't like going really hard on the polish on those ones, especially on the G10. I find it kind of makes them look plasticky. And I know it's made out of really nice materials and expensive materials and whatnot, but I find the highly polished look on those things kind of make it look plasticky. On the I can't remember what it was called. I think it was a skeleton core. I made that skeleton. I made that skeleton out of of the, help me out here, guys. Carbon fiber. There we go. Out of the carbon fiber in G10. And I really, really heavily polished it. It actually looked pretty cool. But I find the G10 side, like the carbon fiber looks good, but I find the G10 ends up looking a little bit cheapy. So it almost looks like it's made out of plastic and not G10. So I'm thinking maybe on those ones, instead of going up to 1200 grit like I've been doing, I'm gonna dial it back a little bit and maybe finish off at like 800 and maybe finish off at like 800 or so, and then I don't know. I think it'll look less plasticky, if that's making any sense. Have I got a thin wrap and tuck? Not yet. I mean, all of them are pretty thick, thin shades. The thickest ones that I've made so far are only, they're only a ½ inch thick, or around 12.5, 13 millimeters thick. I don't go pretty thick with all my frames. I prefer a thinner one too. But as for these ones, I've got a bunch of these coming out that we're working on right now. And yeah, I do a polish. And I find the polish really, really highlights anything that really needs to be sanded down again. And then I'll go and spot check those couple of spots, get them cleaned up, and then we're pretty much good to go. The cool thing about these ones is, I'll give you a quick look at it in a second. These ones are all going to have carbon fiber clips on them. And I've got 4 different ones. I'll see if I can get them here without dropping the clips everywhere. So I got the red one that we're working on right now. It's coming along. We're going to have a blue one. We're going to have a green one. And we're going to have a black on black. But I don't think I'm going to sell this one. The black on black, it does have one hole that's kind of screwy. See that one there? It still holds onto a clip very well. It's very shootable, but I don't think I'm going to sell this one. I think I'm going to keep it myself. Or maybe send it off to a buddy. But also, in the works, I've got, whoop, not this one. I've also got another one that's going to be coming out with a red and black. It's going to have a red front. And then I've got 2 white, black G10s. It's going to have a carbon fiber face with carbon fiber clips. I think that's going to look pretty badass. And that's the other one. That's what I got going on at the moment. We'll see how far we can get today with some of these. And the clips, did I just screw this up? I think I did. And the clips that we're going to be putting on these bad boys. We got a little bit of work to do on the clips. Whoop. But it's not so bad. I think I got the wrong one here. Yeah, that one's the right one. When I dumped them out onto the table, I mixed them up stupidly. Yeah, so that's kind of what they're going to look like with the clips on there. I think it's going to look pretty badass, to be honest. Should look pretty damn cool. Got a little bit of sanding to do on the clips. Take that down. Actually, I might even just set them up and then sound down the tips a little bit. They need to be a little bit leveled out. Then we'll go ahead and polish the other sides with the polishing wheel, maybe the Dremel. See if we can get those cleaned up a little bit. What am I charging for these? These ones, because I only use 2 layers on them. These guys here are going to go pretty cheap, probably around $100 Canadian plus shipping. So if you're anywhere else in the world who actually has real money, it's going to be very cheap for you. Us Canadians, our dollars are pretty shit. Probably somewhere around $100, maybe $120, just to do it that way, plus shipping. That'll be pretty much what it's going for, if I don't raffle them off. I'll let you know, Shades, what's going on. That one's definitely going to be more expensive. If I can get that guy to come out really, really nice, we'll chat, buddy. But I've got the all the bits and pieces out here, and we'll see if we can get those clips on just to give you guys a good look at what it's going to look like when they're done. I think that it's going to be a pretty badass looking slingshot, to be honest. Do I have a... Ah, shit. I don't think I brought one. Let me see. We got one. Yep, we got one. Yeah, I think it's going to look pretty badass once these guys are all built up and ready to go. I think the carbon fiber clips, they look pretty freaking awesome on there. They are a little bit thicker than the frames themselves. I'm going to sand those down in a minute. I just got to bring them down. You can see they're a little bit, it's a little bit on the tall side. A little bit on the tall side. We're going to take those down a little, make sure they fit. But I've also gotten a pretty cool idea on how I'm going to do these clips going forward. I don't even think I got the right one on this one either. Let me see. Shit, I got them all mixed up now. I don't even know where the hell they're all supposed to be. Maybe this is the one. I shouldn't have. That feels better. I shouldn't have dumped them all out like I did. Crap. Yeah. Unless that was the one. Could be. There it is. We got it. All right. Yeah, this is the one that still had a little bit of the sticky shit on the backside. We'll get that cleaned up and taken off. We'll attach them onto the frame, give you a look at what they're gonna kind of look like when they're all done, all said and done. And what my plan is, yeah, we gotta definitely sand that down a little bit. I should have brought some bands out here. We could have taken a couple of shots with them half finished. It would have been fun. Oh. Yeah, too much crap in my hands here. I've got a little bit of a 800 grit sandpaper lying around here. We could use that to flatten out the tops, kind of even them out, make sure everything fits nicely, and then we'll polish up the clips. Then we should be pretty much good to go. Kua, what's up? I'm doing good, buddy. I spent from 11 to 3 a.m. with 1500 grit sandpaper. What do you got going on, Dino Girl? I hear you're sick. All right, that's one. Yeah, it's a little bit tough. I got to find different ways to streamline the, to make it a little bit quicker on the sanding process. I find the sanding thing is probably what takes the takes the most time out of all the work. You know, you really want to get these things kind of pumped out to make it actually worth your time. And the sanding process really kind of, it's a time killer. Yeah, I hope you feel better, Dino Girl. Sucks being sick. Definitely sucks being sick. Oh no. That's a nightmare dropping anything on this floor. It's kind of dark in here. And I'm working right in front of this window here, hoping to keep everything... yeah, it's gonna look pretty badass. Once everything's all cleaned up and polished nicely, it'll look pretty damn cool, I think. Let's move this guy back just a little bit. Whoa. All the safety guards causing me trouble. All right, where did that 800 grit go? Hopefully I don't shake the shit out of you, which might happen, but we'll see how it goes. I will definitely say this though. I should probably be wearing a mask doing this. End up getting some wacky shit from that carbon fiber. Maybe I'll just put a little splash of water on there just to keep the dust down. Yeah, tell me that noise isn't annoying, eh? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, just so I don't breathe that shit in. Yeah, just so I don't breathe that shit in. Breathing that stuff in is not good, so we'll get a little bit of wetness down there, and hopefully everything will all the dust will stay down there, and I'll be able to actually talk to you guys like normal, which would be pretty good. All right, top level is pretty good. It'll work on the sides just a little bit. Yeah, that feels real good. Got a little line there. Got to get that out. Almost gone. I'll tell you what though, I've done some pretty good shooting with this thing. For those of you who joined me on my last live when we were out in the woods, we were able to cut a soup can. Not quite a soup can, it was more of a tomato paste can. But we got that guy cut up pretty nice. And It was elevated. We were somewhere around maybe 12 meters away. It was elevated up in the air. And about 15 feet up in the air. And we were still able to put a good couple of pops on it. Some consecutive hits. But we got some good shots on it. Put some good dents in the can. Then we ended up cutting it right in half, which was pretty badass. Pretty badass if I do say so myself. That's another thing I got to kind of figure out, the buffing wheel when you're polishing this thing up, trying to clean her up, get her look nice. It leaves like a film of the stuff I use to polish it up, and it doesn't really come off really well with water, but it does come off quite well with alcohol. But once you get it off with the alcohol, you kind of got to buff it up again because it turns everything kind of white. Hey, what's up, Leon? Let's just show you a little quick look at what we got going on here. The carbon fiber clips. Everything locks into place quite nicely. Got a little bit of sanding to do on the side of this one. And maybe this one. But everything is very, very close to being where it should be, which is always a bonus. Always a bonus. Yeah, it's just about there. This one too. I know not everybody likes clip frames, so I will be busting out a few of these in wrap and tuck too, pretty shortly. And actually, if Leon's still in the chat here, show you where we're at with yours, Leon. I think it's looking pretty good. I got a couple more sanding sessions to do, and we'll get this guy just about as perfect as I can get it, I think. But it looks pretty badass, I think. Hopefully you'll be happy with it. I'll be home in 20 minutes. And Leon, if Canada Post isn't finished with their bullshit by the end of the week, early next week, I'll be sending it out to you. Love the design. The pink holes are the most underrated aspect of a frame. I agree 100%, Jared. And you know what? When I came up with this design, I was kind of like, I really like the fork tips on the companion from Catapult Carnage. I kind of put those onto this frame. I really like the pinky hole that's on the Enzo. And I was thinking about doing the pinky hole on the Enzo. Like on the Blue Bastard, but I ended up discovering that it's very, very difficult to get that oval shape even. I was having a hell of a time getting it done like that. So I ended up changing it like this, and I was thinking about leaving a little spot down here for a lanyard hole. But I ended up mixing it up a little bit, and sometimes I'll put the lanyard hole, sometimes I won't. It all depends on on how I'm feeling that day, I guess, pretty much. But it'll be pretty cool. What's up, Track? About to head back to shoveling. Hope everyone's having a great afternoon. What's up, Jeff? Yeah, we got snow here too, brother. We got snow here too, about 10 centimeters. Nothing crazy, but just enough to piss you off, you know what I mean? Just enough snow to piss you off. Nobody likes that kind of snow. But I got the old, had to get the old snowblower running. Went and got some gas, got the snowblower running. cleared up the driveway. By the time I got home, it had started to dry. Usually 10 centimeters I just use a shovel for, but when it started to warm back up again, the snow got really, really heavy. And for those of you who know, one of the best ways to screw up a back is shoveling a shit ton of snow, especially when it's wet and heavy. We're at 70 inches mark. Yeah, I know. I know you guys, you're in that, what do they call that area there? Yeah, you guys got like 4.5 feet of snow. It was crazy. I saw the pictures. Yeah, definitely not a good time. Muskoka area. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's never a good time. Yeah, the Muskokas. Yeah, it's definitely not a good time. That's a good way to ruin your day. Is having that much snow hit you all at once is kind of brutal. Yeah, out here in Canada or in Quebec, well, we didn't get that much snow. We've been it's been kind of kind to us so far this year. Yeah, I agree. When you say it in feet, it's way more impressive. when you realize that the snow is actually about the same height as you, or almost there, it's kind of crazy. And so early in the season, actually, too. That's the wacky thing. Usually, you get that kind of snow a little bit later on, but at this time of year, having that much snow is not really normal, to be honest. Yeah, got a nice quiet day today. The boy's out with the girlfriend. The wife is upstairs in the house, hanging out with the pup. And I figured I'd just come on with a little quick live and see how you guys are doing. Show you what I got cooking in here. Yeah, I think we're pretty good to give it another go with the buffing wheel and see how everything turns out. I'm not so sure what I think about these things yet. They seem to be good at getting inside the hole here and cleaning out that bit, but as for the rest of it, all the other spots that may need a little bit of roughing up, I think sandpaper is probably the best way to go about it. I actually like to lock it in a vise. I got a good tip from Hunter over at Trading Shots. When we did our co-live, he was telling me that he really likes to lock it into a vise, and he really likes to lock it into a vise. It really helps him with the sanding process. Puts more energy into the part than it does in the arms. Yeah, Benny and the Jet. Benny and I sat down watching Joe Robinette this morning, checking him out, seeing how he's doing. He just had a video back, one of his first videos back after hurting himself on a motorcycle accident. He had a couple of his buddies, some good buddies, take him out on a canoe camping trip for about a week. It was pretty cool. So I watched that this morning with Benny, just sitting on my lap, watching it with me. It was kind of cool. Yeah, we got a couple of good spots here that we can still clean up a little bit. But this thing, I'm pretty happy with the way this thing's turning out. It's looking pretty damn good. I may just take down the clips slightly more, but we're looking pretty badass. I think this is going to be pretty cool frame. Let's give this a little rinse off. Yeah, that carbon fiber, man, it's like freaking dirty. There we go. What do you think of that? that look all right to you guys? I know it's wet. It's kind of hiding all the unpolishedness of it, but I find my card is a little bit on the hard side to polish up. I'm going to give it one more shot with the buffing wheel. I've got a new buffing wheel coming because the one that I have here, it doesn't really have the RPMs that I need, and the motor's kind of weak. It kind of slows down a little bit when you put a little bit of pressure on it. But there, that's it dried up. It's getting there pretty good. It's gonna look pretty nice. These Avros, I'm telling you, man, these things shoot really, really damn nice. Yeah, I still got some gunk on there from that buffing wheel. We're gonna have some more, so it is what it is. I'll give it a little wash down with some soap and water a little bit later, just to wash off any residue that may be lying around from that. But should be pretty good. Should be just about pretty good to go. Got a little bit of alcohol still on this one here. There we go. That 800 grit. That 800 grit does some good work. Woo, just made a mess. All right, let's get this guy on the buffing wheel again. See if we can clean up some of these clean up some of these clips. Yeah, this whole, man, I'm gonna get in there. This whole thing with Canada Post is really pissing me off. It would be so sweet if they would just find a way to, reconcile this whole mess. But they're letting it drag through. It's going on forever. It's gonna take a long time to get all this shit figured out. And anyway. It is what it is, guys. I don't know. I'm hoping they get it all fixed up so I can get some frames out to some people. But it's rough. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard on the news. Maybe you haven't. You've probably heard it down in the States. Everyone's probably going ballistic. But the Canadian government just announced that they've reclassified a whole bunch of firearms to be considered like war-style weapons, and they're going to be confiscating them and sending them to the Ukraine. Now, when I heard this, the first thing that came to my mind was, if you thought the trucker rally was bad, it's about to get way worse. Because these clowns in this government have been basically been, passing these laws that allow people to basically run amok and crimes up like crazy, and they just let it slide. Like, in the city of Toronto, they were telling people to leave their key fobs by their front door because people have been breaking into homes and stealing cars, and they don't want people to fight with them. Just let them take your shit. And I'm like, what are you, freaking nuts? Gun crime's up, everything's up, and they're coming at the citizens saying that that they've made these weapons illegal, and they've got a certain amount of time before they got to hand them in, and we'll see how that goes. It's going to be an absolute freaking disaster. And anybody who's not seeing what this really is, is a complete fool. It's all about disarming the public. And it's going to put law enforcement in a position where they actually have to fuck, I'm dropping everything. Where they actually have to basically do bad things against Canadian citizens. I'm hoping at some point they can get people to, I don't know, somehow understand what's going on and get those guys trying to turn Canada into China out of there. It's got to happen soon because these guys are just letting things go, and they're coming up with these freaking laws pretty damn quick because they must have something planned, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, Mo? Sling addiction, what's happening? Daryl, what's happening? Butler, what's happening? Yeah, I think probably the best thing to get this compound off of these things would be like a material rag and just kind of like rub it in. Or what I might do is actually just set up another one on the other side maybe that doesn't have any kind of polish on it, and use that to kind of clean her up after and get all the excess off that may be left over in there. But I don't know, it's looking pretty damn good, I think. I wonder how other builders, if there's any in the chat, I'm curious on how you finish off your micarta. I know Tim makes some of the nicest micarta frames I've ever seen, but I don't know how he finishes them off. He gets them like, I don't know what he does. They just look amazing when he's done. Like my Aries frames and all that stuff are just they look just incredible. There we go. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for another little Dremel piece inside there to come in with that. Still need a little bit of buffing in there, but that looks pretty damn good, I think. Oh, we got some gunk in there still too. Oop. I'm really curious to see how that blue one comes out. Yeah, and his plan, believe it or not, is to take it away from people. Take away firearms from a democratic people to save democracy in another country, and he's going to be sending them all to Ukraine. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. All right, let's see what we can get going on with that blue one. I think that's the other one that's next in line. That's a pretty nice looking frame, I think. And those carbon fiber clips look pretty damn good, I think. We got a little bit of gunk still in there. I'll give it a really good cleanup later on, and maybe Monday I'll get my other little inside there. We can buff that out on the inside and get that done, and then we'll pretty much be done with with this one will be ready for raffle. That's the blue one here. Let's find a nice clean spot to put that one. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's stick this guy over here. Yeah, I had another kit that was looking like it was going to be pretty cool. I had another kit that was that had a bunch of those little buffing wheels, but the first two I put on, I started going on the inside, they actually flew apart and everything just came right apart right away. This one's got like a denim blue on there. I think it's going to look pretty cool once it's done. It's going to look pretty damn badass, I think, with the carbon fiber clips on there too. We'll see how that goes. All right, where are we here? Sling addiction. Government's like mother-in-law, mother and outlaws. Yeah. Yeah, the only ones that Paul, yeah, I'm telling you. Executive crooks, 100%. What's up, Mo? And woke mentality bullshit. Yes, sir. I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. Yeah, things have been pretty crazy at work these last little while, but hopefully we can get this all squared away and get some time off. Got some time off coming, so it's going to be very nice. Hey, Rob, how's it going, buddy? Hello there. What's going on over there? We're just hanging out, doing a little bit of chatting. Acetone work good to clean up. Yeah, I know. I have a little bit of rubbing alcohol. I tried that, but once you put the rubbing alcohol on, everything turns white again. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I think I might try that, actually. We might even try that right now. I'll see if I can find the things. I got an extra wheel. We can just attach that up there and get her going and see how that goes. Just hit it once with a regular wheel and then hit it again with a completed one, with a clean one, and it should be pretty good. Shit, where did I put them though? That's the question. Everything here is a freaking mess. I gotta really clean this place up. Here they are. Yeah, we may just do that. Get this guy all taken apart, add in another wheel, and we could use that to clean her up at the end. Get all the fluff and shit off of them. But I'm planning on getting rid of this thing. This is a 6-inch bench grinder, but more for like sharpening an axe or that kind of shit, you know. Speaking of axes. You guys ever see the Cold Steel Trail Boss? This is one that I pimped. I don't know if anybody has ever seen this, but I did a little bit of wood burning on it. I'll give you a quick look. So, Cold Steel Trail Boss comes with a handle that's been like it's lacquered or whatever. I took mine off and I did a little bit of burning on it. So I did this years ago, a little bear paw on there, Canadian maple leaf, a little teepee, really poor attempt at a deer foot. Made a little mask for it with a little welt inside. Snaps off real easy. And this thing is a whole lot of fun to throw. Really not good for much else, to be honest. But am I the Canadian gentleman who throws darts? I think I've seen you before. No, I don't throw darts, man. I used to throw knives a lot. I used to throw axes a lot. Big Dad is definitely the maker and the shooter's friend. Yeah, I might hit him up and see what's going on. I've done multiple trades with Dan, and I have some amazing frames from him. I've seen a lot of Dan's work, actually. Hoggy's got a few of them. Very, very nice. I have not cleaned this clean spot for Avro. Would you rather never eat pizza again or eat pizza forever? Never eat pizza again. Yeah, it came out not too bad. Came out not too bad. In my on my bushcraft channel, this was the tomahawk I used to throw in my entrance, and you'd see the thing go flying on, hit the tree, and my channel name and my logo would pop up, and you'd see my arm pull it out of the tree. This is the one. And then to close up the channel, I used to throw a big what the hell was that that knife? The Hudson Bay camp knife from Condor. I had made a handle on it out of micarta, and I used to chuck that one too. That thing threw so nice. But then one time we went out in the woods and we were chucking it around a little bit, and somebody hit the handle first, and the wood broke off. It went flying. I don't remember who it was that smashed it, but it's anyway. It's really no big deal. But it would have been nice to have that guy around a little bit while longer. It was a fun knife to throw. Let's see what we got in here. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll have the Allen key I need. But I am very rarely lucky. And that's proof of it. All right. I do usually have some keys lying around here, full sets, but yes, I do. Here we go. See if we can get another buffing wheel set up on here, and we'll yes, we'll get another one to make things clean. Now we have leaf bands do throwing for us. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of practice. I would have to really get back out and start throwing my axe again. And wintertime is not really good. If you take a really bad bounce and it goes flying, you'll never find it in the snow. Especially now that I've oh man, that's on there good. That I've stripped the color off of it and stained it dark. It'll disappear in there somewhere, and I'll never find it again. Yes, we actually got lucky for a change. Found a little Westcott that should do the trick. There we go. Take that guy off. Take this grinding wheel off that I never ever use. There we go. There we go. I never ever use these things. The only time I ever used those was when back in the day I used to sharpen. I wonder if I put 2 on there if it would make a difference. Let's see. Let's try it out. These ones that I bought, I got them off of Amazon. They're I'm really not impressed with them. The pads are just not really good. Not impressed. Well, I'm in the works of picking up some new ones that are going to be a little bit better quality, and hopefully hold together a little bit better than these ones. Because once you start working with them, they tend to start flying. They start flying dust all over the place, and strings start coming out of them. And there we go. All right, now we got to take this thing off. Probably the same Allen key, I'd imagine. Sorry, guys, this must be a pretty boring live for you, I'd imagine. Just me going back and forth, taking shit apart. There we go. There we go. Not bad. I wish I could take that hub off too. It would be much better. Give me all kinds of more room. This thing too, safety shit's gotta go. All the safety sallies are gonna be Mark, yeah, Hoggy, church is still tomorrow, my friend. I think I'm gonna go live from the woods again tomorrow. Should be pretty fun. It all depends on what the weather is gonna be like. All depends on what the weather is gonna be like tomorrow. If it's not too horrible, I'm gonna be going out and probably gonna do a little bit of little bit of a shoot with a one pot meal type thing. Should be some fun. All right. Now we got the woo. Wow, that's way better. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that from now on. I doubled them up. I got it much, much tighter, and it doesn't seem to stop the, yeah, I think, you know what, I think it wasn't the machine that was slowing down. I think it was the buffing wheel was slipping. Oh yeah, total game changer. That's definitely a win. That's definitely a win. Yep. Yep, that's badass. What's the trick to? Yeah, you know what? From what I've noticed, it was how many rotations versus the distance I am from the target. So I used to go back about, I think it was 5 paces if I remember correctly, and I would do a complete rotation and stick. If I was farther than that, if I was double that distance, it would do 2 rotations. And if when I was trying to shoot the axe, I would always have to shoot from about up here. If I was a little bit lower, it wouldn't make the thing. I don't know. It's kind of messed up. Really, I don't have any pro tips for you. It was just what I figured out. And from a certain distance, I was sticking it all the time. So I'd kind of figured up. What's the trick to stick the axe, Mark? From hammock 2? Yeah, I'll probably bring the hammock tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably bring the hammock tomorrow. I'll do a little bit of shooting, a little bit of hammock swinging, a little bit of a campfire. Yeah, and once we get that, look how much fluff fell out of that thing. There, this'll get it off. There we go. Once we get that the fire set up, we should be pretty good to go. We'll get a little meal going, do a little bit of shooting, a little bit of swinging in the hammock. Just hang out. Actually, that came out pretty damn good. Just hang out. That hole came out not so bad. Oh no, it still needs some work. It's funny, you know, when you look at it with your eyes, you see it. When you put it on the screen, it really definitely shows up much, much more. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't look that bad in person. It's weird. Yeah, I definitely need to get one of those, get that buffing compound in there. Once we get that, all cleaned up, yeah, once we get that cleaned up, that'll all disappear. I gotta get that in there. How wide is the frame? It's a 90 millimeter. The black and red is sweet. We're about to work on the black and blue one. We'll see how that one comes out. If I remember where put that one too. Let's get that guy over there. Black and blue, where are you? Can I put it in here? Yes. Yes, I did. All right. I guess I'll find my sandpaper here. We'll just do a little bit of work on the sandpaper, get some edges roughed out a little bit, see how everything goes. How's my babies? Oh, here. Speaking of your baby, have a look. How do you think that one looks? I'm just waiting for one more thing to come inside so I can clean and polish up that inside there for you, Leon. And if it's not here, if Canada Post is not set up, I'm just gonna swallow it, dude. I'm gonna send it to you, and I don't know. I'll take the hit. I don't really care. I want to get this thing in your hands before Christmas, if I can. So we'll see how everything works out. If Canada Post is still on strike by next week, I'll find a courier. I'll just pay it and send it, and that'll be that. You're out of here, Hoggy. Take it easy, bro. Did I lose someone else too? Oh, Daryl, take it easy, bro. I'll see you for coffee tomorrow. Live from the woods, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see if we can get this guy cleaned up a little bit. And then we'll hit it with the buffer. See how the buffer makes it look. Hopefully the blue really shines through. I had great hopes for the blue. When you start sanding it, it really kind of pops a little bit. It comes lighter. But when you buff it, it really darkens up. So it's not much of a difference between the blue and the black, which is a little bit disappointing. But I think come Christmas, I'm gonna make a bunch of these guys and have them all set up and ready to go for the new year. And we'll see how it goes. My whole plan was to sell a bunch of these and buy a new oven. But yeah, Canada Post kind of screwed me on that one. So I think if I end up getting a decent Christmas bonus, that's what's going to go to my new oven. We'll get a new oven, and we'll be able to cook like a normal person again, which will be nice. Yeah, that'll be very nice. Cooking like normal people is always a good thing. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably raffle these ones off when they're all complete, when they're all done and complete, and that'll pay for shipping, and it'll cut into my profit a little bit. But fuck it, who cares? Who cares? At least we'll have some Avros out there, and people get to see what it's like shooting these guys. And I've got to figure out another way to make some better templates, and I want a bunch of them so I can get a bunch of these things set up and kind of run them through the router, run them through all the bits and pieces so I can get the work done quicker and faster and easier. We'll be able to pump these bad boys out. But I'll tell you, these Avros are sweet as hell to shoot. Yeah, the sanding of this micarta is kind of a pain in the ass. I find it takes long. Yeah, I'd rather cook over an open fire too, my friend. All the time, really, if I could. Unfortunately, my I just got rid of my old barbecues, threw them out because they were kind of rusted and screwed up, and then my pit boss died. For the last time, by the way. I will never ever buy I'll never buy a pellet grill ever again. Although they do have their advantages, you know, being able to cook over long periods of time without having to watch it and all that stuff. That part of it's great. But I've had to change my what was that? I guess it's a thermostat or the thermostat probe. I've had to change that thing every single freaking year, sometimes twice. And when that thing stops working, your whole pellet grill stops working. So you can't just let it cook and adjust the heat or the timing, because it just won't allow you, and it just shuts your grill off. So even if you do have it set up with the right P control and all that stuff, it just shuts it down. So even though you have a manual thermostat on the thing, it still won't let you cook, and I've just had enough of it. Like, I want to be able to go outside and cook with fire and enjoy my food and all that stuff. And I think going back to a charcoal is probably my best bet. I won't have to worry about anything. The only thing I have to worry about on a charcoal grill is the rust. And that's very easily taken care of. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Red Leg. One of my favorite ways to cook is actually just on a straight up campfire. I've done some amazing meals on there. Actually, on this channel, you could see I've got a couple of overnighters where I cooked filet mignon, aged 45 days over an open fire on my coffee spit, and ended up making some stuffed jalapeno peppers, bacon wrapped stuffed jalapeno peppers with some cream cheese, Italian sausage, and man, it was incredible. It was an incredible meal with an all-dressed baked potato on the side. It was just it was a stupid meal. It was incredible. But I got that on an overnighter on my channel, on this one here. Really, really good. I love cooking in the outdoors. It's probably the best way to do anything, if I'm completely being honest. So good. I've done beef roast, pork roast. Haven't done chicken. Oh, I've done a chicken. I've done a chicken, and I made a spit out of a tree branch with a peg. And basically what I did was I sharpened the point down, shaved all the bark off, and I drilled a hole through the center. So when you stick the stick up the chicken, you could pierce it right through, as it works like a T, and you stick it through there, and then you're able to put that down with a branch that kind of looks like this, and you hammer that into the ground with a Y branch in the front, and you can just do a quarter turn and just keep turning it every 15 minutes or so, and it came out beautiful. Came out beautiful. Most of the time when I'm out, though, I'm usually cooking steaks. I mean, straight up ribeyes are pretty hard to beat. I mean, they're just freaking delicious. That's a delicious chunk of meat. So usually when I'm out and I'm doing my whole bushcraft thing, eating a good old ribeye, nice big chunky ribeye or a tomahawk steak, something like that, is pretty damn good. Well, I wasn't ready for that. Five cheese mac and oh, buddy, now you're speaking my language. That's some great shit right there. Yeah, a while back too. Just I guess it was last summer. One of my buddies was going through a rough time, and him and my son, we decided to go up to his property. We were gonna have a little overnighter out in the bush and cook a meal and basically relax and have a good time. And I ended up getting a rabbit. I made some curried rabbit with some bus-up shot, which is basically a I guess what's the best way to describe it? It's kind of like almost like a pita bread, but not quite. It's kind of like a tortilla, I guess you could say, but it's kind of actually, have you ever had a roti? If you've ever had a roti with the curry inside and whatnot, it's kind of like the skin. I made this. We bought the ingredients, and I made a whole bunch of skins. And by the time we got out to the woods, I ended up using that to. That's gonna look pretty freaking cool too. Actually, that blue's pretty nice. We used the I cooked the skins out on the grill. Laid them out, got them good. Then as they started to cook, turn brown, you kind of scrunch them up and you flip them over and you use that to dip your curry out. It was really, really good. My pit barrel smoker, nice. Ate good that, oh, I bet. We have some of the best roti here in New York City. Nice. Are we talking about the same roti? It's like a big pouch full of curry inside, and depending on where you're from or where you're at, you either use like a roti skin or a dal puri. It's like a roti skin with, now we're talking, with the chickpeas crushed up inside. Damn, that shit's good. That shit's good. Yeah, I grew up in that community, and I had a lot of buddies that they used to make that, and they got me hooked on that food. And now I'm either going to these places and buying it, or I'm making it myself. You know what? I think I'm gonna add a second one to this side too, and oh yeah, that's a freaking disaster. This one, if it'll allow me to take it off. Oh man. I might have to get a second one, second Westcott. Let's see what we can do. Do I have a second one in here? Here we are. That'll work. One to hold it still and the other one to take it off. Let's see how it goes. There we go. We got it. Yeah, it's going to make it a little louder for you guys, unfortunately, but it's going to do a better job for me. So let's see if we can get this set up nicely, and then I will not be needing a new buffing station. That'll be pretty good. I'll be happy with that. That's for damn sure. There we go. Okay, this one's coming loose, unfortunately. And that's no good. Fuck, that's annoying. There's no way to lock the wheel to get it tight without loosening the other side. It's kind of, unless I do it this way. Maybe that'll work. Let's try it. Get that on there good. Ah, there we go. There we go. Way better. Oh yeah, way better. Oh, is that ever weird? It's like super smooth, but I got a spot on there that doesn't have any blue pigment on it. Oh, look at that. The little spot there has no pigment. I don't know why. Strange. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can give that an extra sand. But it's kind of cool. It looks like jeans. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can give that a little extra sand. See if I can get that to clean up a little bit, but yeah. For future reference, how does one make my slangs? Part of their future arsenal? Well, at the moment, I'm not really selling them straight out. I'm just doing raffles. So everyone's got a chance to win one. Basically what I do when I raffle these guys off is I do like 10 spots. Oh shit, it came right out. I do like 10 spots at $10 or 15 spots or 16 spots, depending on what the materials are and what I'm looking to get for it, I guess, if I'm being fair. And then I raffle them off and I pick a winner live on YouTube and then I send it out. I send it out to the winner. We've had a few go out so far. I know Shades has got a couple in his arsenal. He's got I believe a Natty and a Cygnus style, or a Cygnus slash HGH style frame from me. It was a great shooter. A really fun shooter. Usually I'm raffling them off. once I kind of get my quality up to where I want it to be, then we'll definitely be selling them off as they go. I apologize if this is loud, but yeah, I'll be selling them off as they go. But that blue looks freaking awesome. I love the jeans look. The jeans look looks pretty cool. It came out pretty good. I got a couple of spots there still to get, but not so bad. A couple of spots. That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty of this whole thing. I know, like, the materials that I buy these things from, it tends to be quite expensive. So I find that if I raffle them off and people are getting, they're winning a very decent slingshot for like $10. I mean, it's really not so bad. And it's $10 shipped, right? So I'll end up shipping that directly to their home for $10. I don't think you can really go wrong in that case. I've done quite a bit of shooting with these things live. People have seen what they can do and how well they perform, and they hold on to the bands real nice. And in my last live, I was shooting 0.6 bands with them out in the cold. Had no slipping, no problems at all. They shot really, really well. So in that case, I really, really can't complain too much. And I think for, maybe my fit and finish is not as good as some other guys out there. I mean, I'm pretty new to building, but I think I'm only getting better as I go. And I am capable of making some pretty nice ones, but sometimes I screw up. And anyway, it is what it is. I'm new at it, guys. So it's still kind of like a learning process for me, but as we go forward, I am getting better at it every single time out. So hopefully, that one looks pretty good. How are we at this? Oh, yeah, we're pretty close to perfect on that one. As we go forward with the building, and I do get a little bit better and start putting out frames that I'm like really, really stoked about, and I feel they're at par with some other builders' qualities, then I will definitely start selling them straight out, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Ah, shit. Don't tell me I freaking lost it. Ah. Yeah, well, anyway, we'll see how everything turns out going forward with the builds. But as it stands, we've got some pretty nice frames coming out of the old ATO dungeon here. There we go. Ooh. I think probably the biggest thing I was having was I'm very, very accustomed to working with wood, which is kind of nice. But then as I was starting to learn to work with G10 and micarta, G10 and micarta react very, very differently. They're both very easily to micarta is very easy to cut, very similar to wood, but G10 is not easy at all. Really, G10's it's a real motherfucker to work with. It's super, super hard. It's very similar to carbon fiber in that respect. Whoops, sorry about that. There it is, found it. It's very similar to carbon fiber in that respect. It's super, super hard. It just eats up your blades really, really quick. And it's just a lot of work, really, to get everything tuned up and dialed in the way you want it. But once you get it all set up and everything's kind of fitting properly and nice, G10 looks fantastic when it's complete. I find micarta, I haven't quite figured out how to get it Tim good yet, but I'm getting there. I don't know how Tim does it, man. Tim does some great work on his frames. His micarta work is just savage. But I'm getting there. I'm gonna figure out some tips and tricks, get that dialed in. Once I got that dialed in, and find a ways to make it reasonably quick, it'll be pretty nice. How does that look there with the carbon fiber clips on there? I think it looks pretty freaking badass, if you ask me. And the sanding I have to do on this one is much less than the last one. Intuitive climbers loops. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are using those things. Can't remember what they call them. They got a funny name. Something. Can't remember what they're calling them. I had one guy that was driving me nuts about them. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Oh my god! Like completely freaking out about those figure eight climbing loops. They look pretty cool though. I think they'll shoot pretty nice too. They're just a little bit on the narrow side for me, but they're pretty badass. Nice little EDC ones, and they're going to be really light too, which is pretty cool. I think anybody who's out there, let's get this guy over here. Anybody that's out there shooting on the regular, and if you're good with narrower forks, those figure eight style climbing loop things are going to be a freaking badass frame to have. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that one took almost no work to get cleaned up. Of course, I'll be changing up the bits and pieces on these guys when the time comes. The screws before I send them off to their new homes, I'll be changing those up. Make sure that they're all nice looking and shiny. Just gotta wait till Monday now for my other buffing wheels to come in. Oh yeah, I bet they're a great EDC. Is it all right if I call you Reg? It's a great EDC to have those ones. They're nice and light, very sturdy. They're pretty damn cool, and I like them. You can get cool colors too, which is nice. You can personalize them, do all that stuff, which is just a great all the way around. I mean, that's a big thing in the whole slingshot trade is you're making things, but you get to personalize them. You know, you can make your own frames, get the colors you like, get everything dialed in and dolled up how you want them. How's this? I gotta. It's time for another piece. I prefer that name, honestly. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I got a couple of others that I got to get finished, but they're not quite as far along as this. So I think by the time we start sanding into those ones there, I'm going to pull out a chair, have a seat, lower the camera down a little bit, and we'll get to work on those ones and see if we can get those set up kind of nicely. There we go. Get that corner done. Just knock the corner down a slight little bit. There we go. Oh no, that one's got a little bit more work to do. See if we can. You see, that's what's happening. It's just shifting a little bit left and right. Hey, thanks, Azam. You're the man. get ready to go back to driving this week. Oh, cool. So did you you made your last couple therapy sessions and you're feeling pretty good? Just take a couple of loads and see how everything goes. Sweet deal, man. Leon, that's freaking awesome, bro. I'm glad everything's working out for you. And you're going to be back on the road, making some money, and feeling good without all that pain you were having with your arm. I don't know why I can't like Azam's thing. It won't let me thumbs up it for some reason. Huh. I don't know why. That's weird. I got a long path of digging out of, but I'm slowly getting there. That's good news, bud. That's good news. Turtle, how's it going, buddy? I'm gonna just tighten this up just a little bit more. Got a nice Avro in the works here. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good and tight. Got a nice Avro in the works here with a kind of like a blue micarta jeans on there with a black back. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good so far. Pretty happy with the way it's turning out. Got a little bit of extra sanding and polishing to do, but we're just about there on this one. Shit. Yeah, I got a little spot right there too. So how's everybody doing leading into the holidays? I can't like his super chat either. I don't know why, man. It's kind of weird. Azam, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be live tomorrow morning, bud. I'm gonna be live. I think I'm gonna do another shot from the woods though. I'm gonna set it up with another live from the woods. I'll probably end up cooking something, I think, out on the trails while I'm out. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of in the middle of tossing a bunch of shit out here that's in the garage and cleaning things up and getting my shop really set up properly in here. But it's kind of work, and they unfortunately they used to you used to be able to really load up your garbage can and they would take your garbage away once a week. But now they only take your garbage away once every 2 weeks here. And they want you to recycle everything. But some things are just fucking garbage and I can't throw them away. I gotta wait. So while I'm in here just tossing shit out and throwing things away, I gotta throw a couple of things out and make sure I don't fill it up too much so the garbage man will be able to come and take everything away. And then once it's gone, I can fill it back up again, throw a little bit more out with the, than the regular stuff that I throw out. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. What would I love to get for Christmas? Man, I don't even know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. It's been such a tough go this year. Coming up to the end of this year, I don't even know what I would want for Christmas at this point. It's been rough. I wouldn't mind my dryer fixed. How about that? I'll be picking up a new oven this week or next week maybe. If my Christmas bonus comes through, I'll get a new oven, and then it'll be working on getting the dryer fixed, and yeah, it's been a slog, unfortunately. Anyway, that one's looking pretty good. We'll have to get that through the buffing wheel one last time to get those clips done, but everything's looking pretty good. Yeah, the clips are a little bit on the thick side. They're a little bit thicker than the frame, but I think I'm going to leave them like that. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. And they lock in really, really flush with the frame. It's going to be pretty badass. I love the way the Avro feels, man. It locks in so good. This one, whoop. This one's mine. It's the one I like to shoot all the time. I got to get some more of those pins. I'm all out. After the last two, the two carbon fiber ones are going to be like premium ATO frames. They'll be coming with the pin. The last little bit that I have, I'll pin those ones up. These ones are more of a budget design, I guess, about pocket friendly price, I guess you could say. And we'll go from there. Let's get this guy. Hey, what happened? Oh, did I? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. I must have stepped on the I must have stepped on it and knocked the plug out. Hey, I don't know how it is for you guys down in the US, but our cost of living up here is just savage, man. It's crazy expensive for everything that we do. Even the price of food is just like nuts. Nice. So we're coming along. See, it's got all that gunk on it. We'll run it through the other side. See if we can get some of the gunk off. And then we'll be able to see the potential of the frame we got here. So I think once the once the holidays are done, and I've got my new oven, we're gonna put a big order in for some materials, and see if we can get a bunch of these sold. For those of you guys that are building, I highly recommend Makers Material Supplies. They're a very, very good place to buy from. Their stock, everything is really, really nice. There we go. What do you think? What do you think of that one, guys? You prefer the blue or the red? Let's see. There we go. Prefer the blue or the red? Which one do you like better? Don't get me started on the cost of living here in New York City. Oh, I know, man. Tell me about it, dude. It's just freaking savage. I mean, I'm actually kind of lucky here in Canada, where I live in Quebec. It's actually a little bit cheaper than most places in Canada, but Toronto and on it, what's happening? Blue 100%, cool. Yeah, so what do you call it? Toronto and Vancouver are like insane for people who are living there. I don't know how anybody does it. It's just it's obscene what they charge people for a living. Cost of living is just retarded. I don't know how they expect anybody to live like that, and it's right up there with New York and California, which is nuts. Well, I'll tell you what, it's looking pretty damn good now. I'm pretty happy with that. We still got a couple of spots here. Oh, we'll get those another day. I think we're pretty much good at this point for that. We've got the red and the blue just pretty much just about complete at this point. Just got the inside of the holes to do, but I still got to wait for those bits to show up. Either color looks awesome. Thanks, Reg. Yeah, these will be a couple of nice frames to wind up in somebody's home. Yep, that's pretty badass. I'm happy with that. Cool. I need a blue bastard. Yeah, I'm still working on the template on that one. I've got I had a little bit of problems with the template. I couldn't get them, I guess, clean enough how I wanted it. So we're working on that one still. Once those ones get, I guess, basically dialed. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've got a couple of these, but these are, I don't really like these. Do I have the shafts for them? No, I don't. All right, we're gonna have to wait still, unfortunately. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I pretty much inherited this old Dremel kit that seems to be kind of okay, I guess. I mean, the Dremel itself works great, but the kit is a little bit screwed up. A lot of the parts are missing. I'm missing some of the. I have the tips for the. Oh man. You know the tips for the Dremel itself. This I have, but I don't have the parts that, like the shaft that you screw it into. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see if we can get this set up a little bit better. Once I get that all settled up, that'll be pretty cool, I think. But it's a bit of a mess at this point. So this is the green one. We're going to work on this one next, and get at least a little bit closer to where we need to be. I do have some a little bit of 400 grit here, and do I have any more of that? I don't know if I have any more. I got a tiny little bit of 180 left. I guess we'll start with a 180. I got a full pack of it upstairs, but I'm not going to go upstairs at this point. We're just going to sit here and sand and chat. Yeah, I did check out the site, but I don't have a desktop at home, and apparently it only the browser only works for on a desktop. And I tried doing that work the other day, but the site was blocked for me. It wouldn't let me use it. So I signed up for it. I got everything all kind of dialed in and ready to go. But I'll have to figure out something to, well, maybe I'll have to just bite the bullet at some point and get a computer, an actual computer for my house, and then I'll be able to do it. But that's really, really far down on the list. Really far down on the list for things I need to buy, unfortunately. It's just unfortunate it's not supported. I wonder if I could bring this down here. It's not supported by for mobile. If it was supported on mobile, I'd be in business. We get that thing all done up and ready to go. I wonder if there's an app I can use though. Just download it from Google Play and be ready to go and get all that settled and set up. That would be sweet if I could do that. But I don't know if it's possible or not. You know, it's kind of nice when you get them wet, but the green's gonna look pretty badass too. And with the, but once I get that blue bastard set up, it's gonna be pretty cool. Because my whole plan was to get a really good proper template made and cut out. I was gonna actually have the machined at a machine shop, so there's not going to be any kind of error or mix up on it or anything like that. I just figured that's what I was going to go ahead and do, and it seems like it's I don't know. I can't really get them as good as I want by hand. That's the unfortunate part of it. So if once I can get that settled in and dialed in by hand, and we don't have to worry about that part of it anymore, then I'll be pretty much good to go. I'll be banging these things out way quicker than I was hoping to. But like right now, my actually here's a perfect example of it. I don't know if you can see it here or not, if it catches by the light, but you see here there's like a little bit of chatter in there. Yeah, that's because that's because of my template. My template's a mess, so I gotta sand all that shit out. It takes forever. But anyway, it's all part of the struggle, guys. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there, and it's gonna be pretty nice once I've got everything figured out, and I'll be able to get my designs made up and looking exactly the way I want them. Once I've got that part done and I've got them set up, and I attach my templates to the part, my working material, and I can cut things out quick on my router. We'll be good to go and ready for business. I'll pump these things out really damn quick at that point. But right now, as it is, it's a shit ton more work than it needs to be, unfortunately. Red, blue, green, all nice colors. Hey, Huggy, you're back. Again. Aiden, what's happening? Red, blue, green, all nice colors. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Ali Castro, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good. Thanks, man. You sent it to me. Yeah, sure. Now, once I get the corners done on these things, once that part's kind of done, everything else goes pretty quick. It's just that first initial sanding that just is a real pain in the ass. I just wish there was a way I can set it up to make it go quicker. I've seen some people have got those, those oscillating sanding machines. They kind of go up, an oscillating drum sander, I think they're called. That's kind of in my radar. I'm going to be heading that way at some point and get myself one of those, and we'll be able to sand some frames, get them all cleaned up, get them going quick. I know I saw Chris from Catapult Carnage uses one of those, and you see him when he's polishing and cleaning things up. He just wraps some. He has one of those little kits, those little drum sanding kits. Set up, and he just attaches it with a tie wrap, puts it on there, and does all of the sanding he needs to do, and everything comes out just fantastic that way. So I'm leaning on going that way with it, and I'll be able to sand everything out pretty quick and clean and easy with it. I actually have. I'll show you. Hold on. Where'd they go? Right under the Omega hat. There we go. I picked up a drum sanding kit that I think I might be able to use on my drill press. So basically what it comes with is 3 different size of sanding wheels, I guess. It's got this, or 4 different sizes. The middle one, little fella, and a tiny fella. And basically, you lock these guys in. I can lock these guys in with a chuck on the drill press. Drop it down with a raised. Oh wow, it's got all the sizes in it too. I thought it was just the big ones I was getting, but it'll lock it down in the basically on a drill, and I can tighten these guys up a little bit. Here, whoop, wrong way. I'll tighten these guys up a little bit, and I'll be able to, I guess, put my working piece on a on a little block or a piece of wood or something. And as this guy's going, spinning around nice and even, I'll be able to really sand out these guys, you know, all the way around on the corners. And it might, it'll just leave me with the corners to clean up on the part. I don't know if it'll fit in there. Yeah, you see that one's a little bit too big. I would probably have to use the next size down. The only issue with these guys, will this guy go in there? Right into the corner? Yeah. The only issue with these guys is if you stay in one spot too long, you'll end up sanding a little groove into your part where you don't want to make a spot. You know, if you know what I mean, like making a little ditch or a groove in there. And I don't want to do that, but if I'm able to get these guys kind of set up nicely, this one's not working right. There we go. Just about. Yeah, there we go. Now we're in. So once I got this guy set up, I'll be able to, you know, just leave it flat on the drill press, do a very, very nice light sand all the way around without putting too much pressure. I'll have to do a couple of things, but if I ever pause, it'll make a little divot in there, and that's a problem. And I do have a smaller one that's in here that I can also set up and possibly get the inside of that hole too, which will be pretty cool. I mean, that should save me quite a bit of time. At least kind of get me into a point where it's going to be a little bit quicker than usual, because sometimes these, you know, doing the sanding freaking takes forever. The G10 sands so much faster than my Micarta. It's crazy. Even carbon fiber too, it sands really nice. It goes quick. Yeah, so this guy, I'll be able to drop this thing in here and then just give it a little wiggle around and clean up the inside of that hole a little bit. I could probably get a little bit of work done with it like this, just using it as a sanding tool. That might actually work a little. But it'll get inside the cup nicely. And you can get some sanding work done. I find these drums, for whatever reason, they seem to last quite a long time. I got some spares, got some heavier ones too. I think I can't remember what grit came with the kit, but it's definitely coarse. This one here is 240 that I got, and this is, oh, it's 60 grit. That's crazy that came with the kit, but I could pick up one of these. They're pretty cheap, 240 grit. And it should last quite a while. 1.5, 3/4. Yeah, 1.5, 1 inch, 3/4, and a 1/2 inch. So they give you 12. Should be pretty good. We might give that a try pretty soon and see if that will speed things up a little bit, just to do the tour around the edges, get that all cleaned up and dialed in, and then I can actually eliminate some of that chatter that I'm getting from my router. And from my shitty template. I don't know. It's still a work in progress. Still figuring a lot of shit out here. So it is what it is, guys. Can I bring this down here? Maybe I can. Let's see. It'll definitely make the chat a little easier. Let's see. What frame am I building? I'm working on another, hold on a second. I got a few more Avros. I'm in the works with a couple more Avros there, Bam. Mr. Bam Bam. Oh, just lost audio. The battery should be good to charge at this point. Still 83%. Weird. Is the audio back up, guys? I lost audio there for a second. The thing fell out of the bottom. Here, I'll show you, Aiden. Hold on a second, buddy. I've just been working on a couple of Avros, finishing up a couple. We got this one with carbon fiber clips and a blue and black micarta. And we finished this one up today, or just about, with the red carbon fiber clips and a black micarta, with a red and black micarta. And now we are, let's put these into the old thing. This is one I've got made for Leon, a squat shot. Am I still sounding bad? Oh, that's so funny. The last time I heard something that funny, I was pulling out of your mom and firing your brothers and sisters on her back. Get out of here, paperclip. Boop. Yep, so that's what we got going on. Jose, what's going on, brother? And this is the one that we're currently working on, doing a little bit of sanding. And we'll see how this one goes out. Should be pretty good. So we've got yeah, I make slingshots. This is the only one I really make. If I'm being completely honest here, this is the only one I really make. This is my design, called the ATO Avro, and I quite like it. It shoots really, really nice. I've got a lot of videos of me shooting, and it's pretty badass. I'm your grandson, Mohammed. Well, good to meet you, buddy. Yeah. So if you ever end up getting your hands on an ATO Avro, you know it was made by me and came by me. Pretty awesome. So now I'm working on the green one. We're trying to just trying to get all the rough edges removed off of this guy. We're using 400 grit sandpaper. After doing a quick pass over with the 180, I find once you really get the corner, all the corners kind of rounded out and softened out with a heavy grit sandpaper. Everything else seems to go pretty quickly after that, which is kind of nice. It's kind of funny, eh, Hoggy? Only 14 people in here, and my troll game is pretty solid. Yeah. Are they handmade? Yes, sir. Handmade 100%. I've made a template. I do use some power tools, but there's no CNC, nothing like that. I don't have any laser cutters or anything like that. I just use a blade runner, which is basically a jigsaw. I cut it all out by hand, and then once it's all cut out, I glue everything together and then put it on a router to shape it out, just to to round the corners and that kind of thing. And then once that part's done, it's all sanding, all hand sanding, 100%, right to the finish line. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes it goes quickly. It's definitely faster if you lock it into a vise and you do all your sanding in a vise. But if I'm locking into the sanding and the vise and whatever it is, I don't really have room behind me to set up the camera and chat with everybody. But it's no big deal. I could actually use probably one of these guys in my drill press and make it much, much quicker. But for this case, I'm out here chatting with you guys live, and it's kind of more fun for me. I get to kill two birds with one stone, get to make some content, and I get to wrap up some slingshots that'll be going into a raffle at some point pretty soon, I hope. This is the one with that wacky tip on it. Haters gonna hate, trolls gonna troll. Yes, sir. That's the case, Augie. That is the case. Yeah. Should be fun tomorrow on the live when we get out to the woods. It'll be a little bit later. It'll probably be around 9:30, something like that, when I get out in the live in the woods and do some shooting. We're gonna set up a little campfire, get that set up, ready to go, and then we're gonna get a little bit of stew going and do some shooting. Do some shooting and some chatting. While you make slingshots, I'm making my new catch box out of a 7-gallon bucket. Sweet deal. I was actually thinking about setting up a catch box in the garage today and doing some shooting in here while we're taking breaks from the sanding, but I figured forget it. Today we're just building. I want to see if I can get at least a couple of these guys raffled out next week sometime. I just got to get those last little buffing wheels for my Dremel inside so I can really clean up the inside of that hole. I got to do the same thing for the one I got for Leon in my pocket. Get that one set up and done and sent out to him. Hopefully next week. We'll see if we can get that set out. But I actually have those things on order from another place, and it looks like it's actually stuck in the mail somewhere with Canada Post being on strike, which is freaking awesome. Yeah. So once we get that all settled and figured out, I should have a shit ton of buffing wheels to be able to get my work done here, and it'll be pretty nice. It'll be pretty nice once we get all that settled and ready to go. That looks kind of weird for some reason. It is fun. It is fun, Aiden. You know, you come out here, you make something completely by hand. You get all the work done. Everything looks pretty damn cool. And then once all your stuff is set up and you get some shooting done, and, you know, and if you're lucky enough to come on a live and actually see somebody shooting one of your frames, it's even cooler. You know, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I like it. But I love to shoot, and getting out to shoot, and when you can shoot something at a really, really high level with something that you've made yourself. Who else is live, Bam Bam? Is it Chuckin or Mikey? JB, oh, cool. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it now. I should have. Maybe I'll see if I can get somebody to go do a cool live with me tomorrow while I'm out in the woods cooking and shooting. That might be fun. Yeah, I think the green, let's see if I can give it a little bit of a clean up here. The green, once it's all polished up and all sanded out evenly, it's gonna look freaking badass. Especially with the carbon fiber clips. But what's the frame build? Yeah, we've got another Avro in the works. Yeah, the green's pretty cool. You saw the other two, Bam Bam? The other ones we got done today. This is the, not that one. That one's Leon's. Got that one with the carbon fiber clips. It's the blue jeans. And I got the red one with the carbon fiber clips. With the micarta. And this one is one that I've made for Leon This is a G10, Damascus style G10 with toxic green liners, toxic green core, sorry, black liner, and G10 back. This thing is freaking awesome. It's gonna be very hard to let this one go, but it's going to my buddy Leon. He's gonna get it. Yes, sir, slingshots. Yep, and I think around just after Christmas, I'm going to make a purchase for some more of those fancy materials and see if we can get a couple more of those going. I really, really like the way that one turned out, man. It's so nice, and I want one myself. They look awesome. Like, thanks, buddy. What do you shoot, rocks? No, I shoot 8mm steel ammo. That's what I shoot, 8mm steel. And you can actually go and look if you want after this. The blue jeans is sweet too, yeah. After you, if you want, you can go and check out my last live. My last live, I was actually out in the woods shooting my Avro. I'll show it to you. Got it in my pocket. I was actually out shooting my frame, which is this one right here, with my wet hand. I've got G10 clips on mine, but yeah, it's red with natural and black core, all micarta. And yep, I was tearing it up. I like that blue jeans. Yeah, I like the blue jeans too, man. The blue one's pretty cool. I'm thinking about doing more like this actually, and just getting the black back, the whole. I think it's a 3/8 piece of micarta, and then just getting some caps on the front and dolling them up that way. And I think I've got enough carbon fiber. I've got enough carbon fiber to make one with the black back with a carbon fiber front. I think I can do that too. Carbon fiber is pretty nice. It looks great. Clips, pretty cool. Be right back. All right, I'll catch you. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to 8mm is the bomb. I agree. Funny list. Do I remember you? Yes, I do. That was a great live. Thanks for sharing your neck of the woods. Hey, my pleasure, Reginald. And I'll be back out tomorrow. I'm gonna go back out again tomorrow, as long as the weather is not horrible. And I'll be doing another live out there with, and I think we're gonna get a little fire going this time and cook some food while we're out there shooting, having some chats, having some fun. Should be pretty fun. It's been a while since I had my zebra billy pot out in a while, and I think it's time we got some. I think it's time we got a nice bowl of stew going in that thing. Should be pretty fun. Oh, Butler was live too? Shit. What were you guys shooting at? Just shooting and chatting? Hopefully I make it. Harrison Hammond, how you doing, buddy? Oh man, the sanding's starting to get to the end. Get to me a little bit. My arm's starting to get a little on the tired side. Been going at it pretty hard for 2 hours, 22 minutes. Can cut shooting, chatting. Nah, you can't go wrong, eh? Can't go wrong with a good shoot and chat. I gotta pick up some more of those tomato paste cans. They're a lot of fun to shoot. They take an absolute beating. Man, I'm getting dry. Oh, I got my water down here. Cool. They take an absolute beating, and I cut one in my last live. Have you ever hunted with the slingshots? How fast do the projectiles fly? Where I live, you're not allowed to hunt with a slingshot, unfortunately. But how fast do the projectiles fly? With my typical setup, I shoot 8mm steel, which is a 2-gram projectile, and I shoot it at 300 feet per second. In between 290 and 300, depending on the temperature. I split a bean can live with Butler. Yeah, that's sweet, man. Yeah, mine was a tomato paste can, but it's basically the same thing. I tend to save those. I used to save the like bean cans and soup cans and that kind of stuff. I used to save all those, but I find they're a little bit big, and I want to get a good challenge with the smaller sizes. So I've been trying to come up with recipes for tomato paste, so I can get those small cans in there. But I think peas. I think I can get peas also in that small tiny can like that. That'll be pretty cool. But once I get some peas going, some small pecans or some more tomato paste or anything around those sizes, I can get going. It'll be pretty sweet. Be able to do some good shooting with those. Oh man, that's got a good chunk out of it. I don't know if I'll be able to fix that one. Maybe. There's a lot in there still. Yeah, wiffle balls too. Wiffle balls are awesome targets. And I like to hang them from a long string, so when you hit them, they start flopping all over the place, and then you can really line them up for another shot. You can line them up with another shot while they're on the wiggle, which is a lot of fun. I'm curious to see how this green's going to look once we get it on the buffing wheel. It's definitely going to darken up a little bit, but it should look pretty cool. All right, I'll catch you later, bud. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit rough. It's starting to come out a little bit better. It's starting to look pretty good. Got to get that hole in there a little bit. Get those edges, but this is going to be a looker, that's for sure. As long as I can get that little chunk out of it. I got a little chunk in one of the tips here. When I was putting it on the router, my router bit just got tired, and it took a big chunk out of it. Raz. If a quiz is quizzical. You know what? All bite. It must be a testicle. Brad, what's happening, man? Is that no? It's my Micarta, man. We got a Micarta frame going on, but I do have a G10 one in my pocket. I'll show it to you. This one? Nope. Here it is. Yeah, this one here. It's a G10 Avro with Damascus style G10. Looks pretty freaking awesome, I think. Yep. That one's going to be going out to its new owner very soon. I'm just waiting for my I had to reorder some Dremel buffers because the ones that I ordered are stuck in the mail somewhere, God knows where, unfortunately. But anyway, yep. Yeah, the black and white G10, it's freaking savage. I've never seen the Damascus style G10, but we got that guy made up, ready to go. That one's on its way to my buddy Leon, and once my other bits and pieces come in, so I can actually fix the inside of the hole with the Dremel, or buff it out, get it all sanded up and buffed it out, it'll be ready to go. Do I make anything else? Yeah, I've made some kuksas out of wood, mostly slingshots and kuksas. Back in the day, I used to make knives and fire steels, but not anymore. I'm done with that. We have an 8-hour drive tomorrow. Where are you going, bud? That's a long time to be in a car. Especially if it's snowing where you live. Yeah, my whole knife making career is pretty much done. I did that maybe. I didn't sell many of them. I only sold like 2 or 3 of them. The rest of them I gave away to some friends, but I realized right away when you've got people hounding you for the stuff that you make, it really takes the fun out of it right away, which is why when I make these slingshots, I just raffle them off, and that's how I'll probably be doing them. I may in the future have like enough of them where I can just sell them off one at a time and let them go like that. But for the most part, when I have some made, they'll go up. I don't take any orders. I don't take any requests. What I make is what gets sold, and that's that. If nobody wants them, in South Africa, it's not snowing. Yeah, I'm sure it's not. Yeah, I found it a little bit rough, Brad, having a couple of orders. You know, like I made a couple of them, and I had a guy, you know, who ordered one, and you know, having a full-time job and then having a family to deal with and a kid that's in soccer and all that stuff. I had people, you know, like 2 weeks in, oh, can I see some pictures? I want to see where you're at. I want to make sure that it's going right. I want to make, you know, it was like, fuck, dude. You know, maybe I just got unlucky with the guy that I was dealing with, but that was enough for me to realize that this is not really worth it, and I will not be taking orders. I just shut it down right away. Backwards Bozo, you take it easy, buddy. Take it easy, Bozo. I am 14 years old. When I bend my neck, half my body gets cold and half my brain gets cold, so I feel dizziness in half my body. Shall I talk to the doctor? The fact that you're asking me that question kind of gives me a feeling that you might be full of shit. I made a couple of fixed blades and a couple of ice picks. That was good for me. I was busy at the same time to make a, me too, man. Yeah, me too. And you know, every now and then you just run into an asshole too who's never really going to be happy with what you make anyway, or how long it takes, or whatever it is. So that's why with the slingshot deal, I figured when I started making some slingshots, it was going to be, I'm going to make them, and I'm going to put them up for sale. And if nobody wants them, I'll keep them. And that'll be that. Or I'll send them off to my buddies. You know, if anybody wants one, I'll send them off for free. And that kind of thing is basically the way I'm going to go about it. I'm not going to be, I don't want to feel pressure doing a hobby or something that I love. The hell is that on my head? Yep. See you later. String from the buffer. Yeah, I don't want to feel pressure on my hobby. I just want to go out and have a little bit of fun and take it easy and not be stressed, I guess is the best way to do it, to say it. Well, you know what, guys? We're down to 15 people in here, and 50% of them are trolls. I'm going to wrap this one up. I'll see if Chuck the Steel's live. You can catch me over there. Catch you later. Take it easy, everyone. Bye for now.